ideally, if it's a drink, in fact, you need to know whether you can say it's alcoholic or non-alcoholic. You need to know the alcohol content, and you cannot just prove that by word of mouth. You have to go inside a lab. So ideally, we are saving costs as URA.
Program D20 was introduced because that is the only way people can differentiate the certified products and those which are not certified. I want to explain to the public more about it. When you hear this e-freeze, because it starts with the digital stamps putting on our products, because there is no way you can sell using this e-freeze when you don't have those digital stamps. So it is a combination of KCCA, URA, and UNBS. KCCA, it means the product are being produced in the proper environment and proper premises, and you have to be paying the license. And the UNBS makes sure that the products are of quality.
Right, the story you just reviewed there on the impact of e-freeze that's on investment. Sorry, it wasn't about the fintech, but of course the different traders were coming up trying to express their, of course, that the inefficiencies into the system of the e-freeze. That's the electronic way of trying to transfer. Remember, this is where your money is tracked, whereby the tax authorities will be in position to know what amount of tax you're supposed to pay. And of course, according to the report, with the rapidly changing nature of trade, which is increasingly being powered, that's by technology, it is important for the taxman to adapt the new trend to overcome the technical barriers that's in assessing digital transactions. All right, the introduction of the e-freeze system has in a way impacted and boosted the revenue collection, but at the expense of traders. And of course, there is dissatisfaction that's on the side of the traders. And of course, the Private Sector Foundation Uganda recently still came to talk about the matters regarding the e-freeze, the certain disadvantages of the different traders are facing as a result of that. But not only the traders, but also the people that assess these taxes, there are some inefficiencies. Probably there could be some developments that need to be done to make the system much more better and reliable. All right, away from that, let's say to the sustainable food system in Karamoja. And of course, recently, the government of Uganda announced a project that's called the Green Belt, that's in Karamoja, that will aid residents in avoiding starvations in places like Kabong, that's Nabiletuk and Nakapiripiriti, and so many others. Let's have the details of this report.
Prior to the International World Food Day celebration, a review of food policy will be taken into considerations as we assess the food and nutrition security situation in various regions of the country. These include in Karamoja, the eastern and the northern sections. According to Right Honorable Rukia Nakadama Isanga, the government would direct enterprise selection and ensure enough amounts and qualify of seed, breeding and stocking materials, among other things, through the parish development model under the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal and Fisheries.
Part of the International World Food Day, we are to reflect on our food and nutrition security situation, consider reviewing our food policies and make amendments, and the amendments were necessary under the spirit of leaving no one behind. I agree with the phrase that better production, better nutrition, and better environment, and a better life. In this regard, the dialogue is to provide space and time for us to check on the resiliency and sustainability of our agri-food systems to deliver better production, better nutrition, a better environment, and a better life.
Honorable Fred Bwino Chakulaga, the State Minister for Agriculture, stated that while the government of Uganda has been sending food to keep people from going hungry, it has also introduced a Green Belt project to assist women farmers in Karamoja in growing more crops on 1,000 acres of land that has been gazetted for them.
Come up with a project to organize women and women groups along that belt at the sub-county level so that it can support them to produce food on a large scale, food that is nutritious, food that includes cereals, legumes, oilseeds, and animal protein. We shall support them also to mobilize the surrounding communities to produce similarly. We are doing this to create a sustainable system, food system in Karamoja.
Uganda should look at how to develop solutions to improve on production and value addition on what we eat, according to Dr. Antonio Querido, country representative for Food and Agriculture Organization.
Of the key aspect that too often hinders this successful transformation is that when we look at the national, regional, even of a global level, in terms of strategies, in terms of the policies, in terms of the legislations, too often we are doing this very compartmentalized. So the challenge for this transformation is then how we look at the system, agri-food system, in a continuum. How we improve the production. How do we ensure that we don't have post-harvest loss? How we add value and how we market in a way that the food that reaches our table is a healthy food, is a safe food, and is food that is affordable.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni instructed the Prime Minister and the Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development to support the Agriculture Ministry's strategy by giving the agricultural machinery, seeds, fertilizers, and irrigation equipment in order to increase food production and end food insecurity in the country.
Okay, during a high-level dialogue that's about the preparation for the celebration of the World Food Day, Uganda State Deputy Prime Minister, that's right, Honorable Rukia Isanga Nakadama, emphasized the need to review the food policies and make adjustments on these particular policies. All right, and away from that, let's head straight to the Mineral Wealth Conference, as the government says no more exportation of unprocessed minerals. Let's have the details.
More than 80% of the country's mineral amounts and localities have been surveyed. Large amounts of underutilized mineral resources exist in Uganda, including quantities of gold, oil, high-grade tin, tungsten or wolfram, salt, beryllium, cobalt, kaolin, iron ore, glass sand, vermiculite, phosphates, uranium, and rare earth elements. Mining and the mineral processing offer investment opportunities, and the mining industry is given unique incentives, such as the full write-off of capital expenditures. According to the Energy Minister Ruth Nankabirwa, the 2015 restriction on exporting raw minerals is still in effect, thus emphasizing the ban on the exportation of minerals that have not undergone the required amount of processing.
This time around, we are saying that we are putting a ban on exportation of our minerals which are not processed, and processed to a required percentage. So we are encouraging investors to come and invest in refineries for the minerals. Like for gold, we have the gold refineries. We want to see many more refineries being done in Uganda so that we can give job opportunities for our people, and also technology transfer. So today I was addressing many people, many investors who are interested in investing in our minerals, just to remind them that already that ban is on, we are implementing it, and that we would like to see an integration of our mineral subsector supporting the oil and gas subsector.
More exposure regarding the presence of minerals is required, as Uganda is not included on the global list of mineral investment destinations.
And so we've been spending, we spent I think about maybe $5 million over the last couple of years to really take the mine from its initial stage up to a place where we can take it into production. Now, once we take it into production, we're expecting to invest about $60 to $80 million in the plant and the facilities. Of course, we have to upgrade the roads, we have to get the power and the infrastructure all sorted out. So by 2025, if all goes well, we should be in full production. By that point, we'll have invested about $60 to $80 million.
Some investors keep up with the contracts for mining graphite, which supports the performance of electric buses.
Uganda is endowed with over 50 different types of minerals, and it ranks among the countries that's in Africa with the biggest number of minerals, although the potential for viable exploitation has not yet been established. That's for most of the minerals. In that light, the Minister of Energy and Mineral Development emphasized the ban on the unprocessed minerals as way of value addition. Of course, emphasizing the value addition. All right, and now let's wind this up with the youth and business. But this time around, we're assessing what are those challenges that they face and what are the possible solutions to that. Let's have the details.
Shemka Kembo, Managing Director of EFC, indicated that the central bank and approved banks will be able to prevent fraud and offer speedy services as customers use the bank digital services anywhere and at any time in an interview.
The monetary policy tools they use quickly flow through into the economy for the central bank to achieve its objectives, as opposed to where cash is still very much king, where we're still using checks, so the lag effect is longer, and a lot of those things take a while to go through. The other beauty about digital is that then the payment system or the banks and financial institutions are able to collect substantial data around the users of these systems, and then we can develop financial solutions to solve problems of the day. We can develop new products because then we understand better the behavior of our customers through collecting data and the usage of digital platforms. Yes, the customers, the consumers, ought to embrace the digital platforms and do things digitally, especially for the convenience they bring, but also for the promise of the future of better financial services.
Digital transactions are preferable to writing checks since they need less time to maintain than the paper ones. The corporate world should adopt digital methods to facilitate and improve transactions.
Digital transactions are much better because even these checkbooks are also an expense to the company. Every relief we have is a cost, and at times, it even eases work.
The value of dollar checks was decreased from $5,500 to $2,750 Ugandan shillings was decreased from shillings 20 million to 10 million. Euro checks were reduced from 4,500 euros to 2,250 euros. Kenyan shilling checks were reduced from 600,000 Kenyan shillings to 300,000 Kenyan shillings. British pounds were reduced from 4,400 pounds to 2,200 pounds.
Digital transactions and payments have the ability to transform the economy. Financial institutions and stakeholders should promote and implement them. Martha Nimsima, Smart 24.
All right, that was regarding digital banking. Apologies, some little technical problems right there. And of course, as the Bank of Uganda has observed an increase in the usage of the digital electronic methods, that's of transactions and payments. It increased from 41, that's 0.98 trillion, that's in June 2021, to 47.7 5 trillion. That's a 13.73% increase. And of course, the majority of Ugandans are now using electronic payments more than frequently as a result of the 6.7 that's decline in check payments. That's during the end of the month. That's of June. All right, and that's it for the news recap this morning. If you just joined us, just to give you a highlight from where we started from, the EFRIS system, of course, as the different traders and the tax authorities assess the inefficiencies that are being brought about by this particular system, which needs probably some possible upgrades. And of course, we came all the way down to the Mineral Wealth Conference, as the Minister of Energy and Mineral Development says there is a ban on unprocessed minerals. And of course, we came down to understanding the special plan for Karamoja, and of course to avoid the starvation in the different places are right there. And we winded this up with the digital, of course, transition in banking, as of course the Bank of Uganda observed that's an increase in the usage that's of digital and electronic methods of transactions and payments. And of course we see that there is quite a stable increase regarding how many Ugandans come out to use the electronic methods to make transactions. All right, and that's it for the news recap this morning. Let's get into a short commercial break. SMB returns.
Smart 24, driving business.
Bulu magic is my joy. Bulu magic wange. Talaba kumabala atukuza nonyirirawo kirako enyange. Taisa bubi fabriki chona chechiri chigwa lwa bulu magic is my choice. Ono bulu magic ye wange. And bulu magic is my choice. Hey, ono bulu magic ye wange.
Sasulira akasimu k'ekirooto kyo mpola mpola. Funa essimu y'ekirooto kyo leero ng'osasula mpola mpola okutandikira ku nnusu 14 n'ofuna data ow'obwereere okumala omwaka. Essimu zonna kugirako MB za 5 buli lunaku okumala emyezi 12. Osasulira omwaka gumu. Ziri mu maduuka ga MTN n'aga M-Kopa. MTN, everywhere you go.
Zizinga, wait. Yeah? Ka selfie.
Wow. Do you have the MyGo TV app? Oh, do you use star 206 hash? Hey, labono. Bwe life techina kunyumira. With the MyGo TV app or star 206 hash, you can make payments, you can change package, you can fix errors, you can check your balance anytime, anywhere.
Download the MyGo TV app from Google Play Store or the App Store or dial star 206 hash.
Ha! My phone!
GoTV Uganda. Love it.
Say goodbye to paperwork and travel costs. Now every MTN customer can register to invest in securities anytime and anywhere with Zabu in a few simple steps. Step 1. Dial star 292 hash. Step 2. Select option 1. Register with Zabu. Step 3. Enter your full names. Step 4. Enter your national identification number. Step 5. Enter your national identification card number. In 24 hours, you will receive an SMS confirming your registration. Congratulations, you are now ready to invest.
Smart 24, driving business.